5 sauces robbing you blind, 5 that actually earn it. Starting with the most expensive jar on the shelf. You've spent years at the stove. You know the difference between a sauce that tastes like real tomatoes and one that tastes like a candy factory got loose in the kitchen. So why does the pasta sauce industry keep betting that you won't read the ingredients or check the price per ounce? Because most of the time, they win that bet. What you're about to hear is not for the shopper still dazzled by Italian-sounding names and rustic little labels. It is for the cook ready to stop funding someone else's marketing budget and start buying sauce that earns its place in the pantry. Before we start, hit that subscribe button because this is the kind of practical knowledge we bring you every week. Number 1. Rao's Homemade. Rao's has become something very specific. The uniform of safe, premium pasta sauce. The heritage name, the famous restaurant story. A good story creates a powerful feeling that something special is waiting inside the jar. Here is what that feeling is worth. Very little, measured against what you actually pay. Rao's sits at $8 to $10 a jar for a marinara built from tomatoes, oil, onion, and basil. Ingredients that cost a fraction of that price. The word homemade is doing enormous work. And the homemade story got a lot quieter the moment the brand stopped being a small family operation. Rao's today is owned through Sovos Brands by Campbell's, one of the largest packaged food companies on earth. You are paying a premium for a jar produced at industrial scale by a corporation, wrapped in the language of a family recipe. The sauce is fine. The markup is the actual product. Number 2. Carbone. Carbone understood something important. In food, desire sells more than flavor does. The brand placed a sauce inside the aura of a hard-to-book Manhattan dining room, then let the reservation you could never get do the selling. The problem is not that Carbone sauce is bad. It is perfectly good. The problem is that the pricing treats every jar as though you are paying for the restaurant, when what you are getting is marinara at $9 and up. Taste it blind, next to a quality sauce at half the price, and the cheaper jar often holds its own completely. What it will not have is the name, and the quiet promise that everyone who sees it in your cart knows exactly what it signals. Recognition is real. The question is whether recognition is what you are shopping for at dinner. Number 3. Newman's Own. Newman's Own is genuinely doing good. The profits go to charity, which is real and admirable. But a good cause, once established, has a way of doing the selling all on its own. When you reach for Newman's Own, a part of you is not buying sauce at all. You are buying the reassurance that your money is going somewhere decent, that the purchase is justified before you taste it. That is a valuable feeling. It is also not flavor. The sauce itself is a middle-of-the-road jarred marinara, beaten on flavor by cheaper options. The charity is worth supporting. Just be honest about whether you are paying for the sauce or for the feeling at the checkout. Number 4. Bertolli. Bertolli has perfected pasta sauce as Italian spectacle. The name, the gold lettering, the imagery of the Tuscan countryside. It is designed to make you feel something before you taste anything. Bertolli's sauces taste fine. They also taste like everyone. Soft, sweet, recognizable sauces that offend no one, and therefore distinguish nothing. Bertolli is owned by Mizkan, a global conglomerate, and that imported Italian feeling is a carefully maintained impression, not an artisan operation up in the hills. For the cook who has spent years developing real taste, paying a premium to taste like every other jar in the aisle is a specific kind of disappointment. Bertolli sells aspiration beautifully. Aspiration and a genuinely good sauce, however, have almost nothing to do with each other. Number 5. Prego and the sugar problem. This one requires honesty about something the whole category would rather you did not notice. A huge share of mass-market jarred sauce, with Prego prominent among them, is engineered to be immediately likable, and the fastest route to immediately likable is sugar. Many popular jarred sauces carry a surprising amount of sugar per serving, a good portion of it added, layered on tomato paste and salt to build a flavor that hits fast and hits everyone. That is not an accident, it is a strategy. Sauces built for instant approval run on the same logic as soft drinks. You are not paying a luxury markup here. You are paying with your own palate, slowly retrained to expect candy where there should be tomatoes. Read the sugar line on the back of your usual jar. For a lot of people, that single number is the most expensive thing in the cart. Number 6, Muti. Now the 5 that actually earn it. These brands do not lean on celebrity restaurants or countryside fantasies. They have something harder to manufacture and far easier to taste. Real tomatoes, treated with respect. These are the jars and cans worth knowing. Muti is what happens when a tomato company has well over a century to figure out exactly what it is. Founded in Parma in 1899, the answer has stayed consistent: tomatoes and almost nothing else. It sells you exceptional polpa and passata, the building blocks, and trusts you to make something better than any jar on the shelf. Here is the reveal that reframes the whole aisle. A can of great crushed tomatoes, garlic, olive oil, and salt, 20 minutes on the stove, costs a fraction of a premium jar and tastes unmistakably better, because nothing has been sitting sealed in glass for a year. Muti rewards the cook willing to do 15 minutes of work. For the person who has stopped needing a label to feel accomplished, that is everything. Number 7, Victoria. Victoria does something almost every premium jar on this list fails at. It makes restraint taste like quality. Olive oil-based, slow-cooked, and leaning hard away from the added sugar that props up so much of this category, Victoria sits closer to what a careful home cook would actually make on a Sunday. That quality, confidence without sweetness, is genuinely rare in a jar, and it matches something experienced cooks have spent years developing. You are paying for real ingredients and the kind of taste that does not need to perform. Number 8, Don Pepino and the regional cult sauces. Regional Italian-American brands, Don Pepino, Sclafani, and the sauces that quietly dominate a single city, built their reputation the slow way, on the tables of people who actually know. They are designed to taste like something a grandmother made, and to keep you coming back for years. That distinction matters for anyone serious about food. Sauces built for instant national approval are built for insecurity, the need to be liked everywhere, immediately. The regional cult sauces assume you do not need that. They assume you trust your own tongue over a billboard. You are paying for a point of view, and a point of view is increasingly hard to find on a national shelf. Number 9, San Marzano DOP, the real ones. Certified San Marzano DOP tomatoes, from genuine importers like Cento and Gustarosso, come from a protected growing region with strict standards. And the certification on the can actually means something. No hype tax, no campaign budget baked into the price, just exceptional fruit grown in rich volcanic soil. What there is instead is the full concentration of quality into the one thing that matters: the tomato. Open a can, simmer it down, and you can make a sauce that quietly humbles $10 jars in 20 minutes. For the cook tired of paying for names, a good San Marzano can is where the relief finally arrives. Number 10, Yo Mama's and the honest modern brands. The rarest kind of find is a new brand that feels genuinely current without turning into a gimmick. A handful of modern makers, Yo Mama's among them, have built their sauces around a simple, honest idea. Real ingredients, no added sugar, and a flavor with actual personality that is not chasing a trend. Most new sauce brands make one of two mistakes. They lean so hard into artisanal that the price detaches from reality, or they go so generic that nothing distinguishes them. The honest ones navigate that tension with real intelligence. They taste like someone made a decision about flavor, not like a focus group filled out a form. You are paying for genuine identity, not a label engineered to look impressive at a distance. Across all 10, the pattern is the same one you have probably been sensing for years without quite having the language for it. The most recognized names are not the most honest jars. The most expensive sauce is not the best made one. And the brands that spend the most telling you how authentic they are very often the ones investing the least in what is actually inside. You have spent a lifetime developing your taste. What you put on the table should reflect that, not confirm someone else's marketing budget.